Hello, my Virgos. How are you guys doing today? Hold on, let me get a sip. I hope you all are well. Today we are going to look at the energy for the next week for my Virgos. These are shorter videos because I am going on a vacation. I'm going out of the country next week, and I'm not entirely sure I'll have time to do your reading. So I am doing shorter ones so that possibly by the end of the week I'll be able to put out a general reading for everyone for next week's energy so that you guys don't miss out and I don't miss out on you. You know what I'm saying? I kind of miss it. So we are going to get started. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. These are timeless readings, so if you are not coming to me on October 11th, 2021, doesn't matter. It's whenever it resonates for you, okay? So Virgo, today we are, oh, that's interesting. Today we are going to look at your energies using Radley Valentine's Angel Wisdom Tarot. Radley is indigenous. They are Cherokee, but for real, for those of you who are also indigenous and you're like, okay, they're Cherokee. It's an inside joke for everybody else, but yeah, I checked. Anyways, so let's get started. It was Indigenous Peoples Day. I decided to extend the energy for the entire week using this deck. So yay, shout out, shout out. All right. What do my Virgos need to know for the next 7 or so days, Spirit? What is the energy for the next 7 or so days, Spirit guides, ancient ancestors, divine? The Fool, the Dreamer in this deck. A new start, trust yourself, push your fears aside, and take a leap of faith. The King of Wands could be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or you might have that in your chart prominently. And the High Priestess. Wow, so you guys are surrounded by some pretty big energies here. The High Priestess does remind me a lot of Virgo often. Meditate and turn inward to discover your soul's true desire. This is not the time for action. Develop your intuitive gifts and trust the wisdom you receive. Should probably tell you what the King of Wands also says. Motivational, inspiring, theatrical, ambitious. Take a leadership role. Step into the spotlight. Public speaking. Keep your eyes on the big picture. Communicate your vision. Don't be sensitive to criticism. So those are some pretty big energies here. He is the King of Fire. And it looks like he has a Leo symbol, a lion here. So that might be significant to you. In the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. So for most of you, I think that you are definitely moving towards something that you have wanted for quite some time. With this fire energy and the Fool, I do think that it is something that you absolutely, you know, had to take a leap of faith. You kind of just, you remember when we were kids and, you know, you had to jump into a pool and you would just close your eyes and plug your nose and jump. It's kind of like that. It's like, okay, whatever happens, happens. I'm in. And you just kind of leap like that. I do like to remind Virgos that they are also summer energy. So there's quite a bit of fiery energy in them as well, because obviously the sun rules the entire season. So that could resonate. With the High Priestess here, the High Priestess often reminds me of Virgo because Virgo is, you know, the feminine. She's seen as like the maiden in folklore. So she definitely has this vibe of innocence a bit, but also impending knowledge. The High Priestess is quite secretive about her knowledge, so this is where you differ. I think that Virgos are more open about the things that they have discovered. But yes, this could also be telling you that it's time for you to tap into your feminine. We are all created with feminine and masculine within us, and some of us more masculine when we start out, and we have to tap into our feminine as we grow. I was like that, even though I'm, you know, I identify as she, her, because that's how I was born. But, and that's I feel like more was my lesson was to really welcome in that energy, whereas I was very fixed and masculine before, and definitely more initiator, active energy. And it took me a while to come into my high priestess mode, which is more Virgo energy, where I was more receptive to the feminine strength that is there. And it's super strong. You know, water is also feminine energy. And if you look at the Colorado River and what it's done to the Grand Canyon, you cannot deny how powerful water can be. So that's a little aside for those of you who have a lot of masculine energy but are terrified of accepting your feminine energy. It is strength, and it is a different kind of strength. It is very, very powerful. Some of you are getting dreams, I just heard, that are indicating what your next moves should be. And Spirit is saying that you should definitely, definitely accept those as part of your reality. And that some of you are prophetic dreamers, meaning that you see the future in your dreams, your future, other people's futures. And that's something that you should also be looking into for yourselves. It is a strength. It is nothing to fear. What is a deck, Spirit, that we should use to clarify this energy? Okay. Energy Oracle, where are you? There we are. All right, so we are using Sandra Ann Taylor's Energy Oracle. Adjacent possibilities. So for some of you, you've been offered a couple of different maybe jobs, or I hear for some of you that there is some relationship offers out there. Some could just be friendship, but others are a little bit deeper than that. And Spirit is saying to go with your instinct on this. The bottom of the deck is man holding a heart, so that could definitely be a relationship. You could be the one considering multiple offers or multiple people as well. And Spirit is saying you already know which way you should go. It was not meant to, was that meant to rhyme? That's funny. All right, another deck, please, Spirit. Can we clarify this energy? Okay, we are using the Shaman. Again, I'm only saying again because I use this for Taurus, but I keep saying, Spirit, I just got this deck. Like, I haven't read through everything yet, but it's what Spirit wants. So there's a message in here for you for sure. Can we clarify this week for Virgo, please? Thank you. Sky Bridge, possibility for union. This is strange because I was like, okay, why is this definitely a romance or relationship reading? But there's no cards here really to indicate that. The High Priestess is generally single because she don't need no man. She's that kind of energy. We have another 11 here. So, I'm sorry, no, that's 12. Me talks, repairing the body, mind, and spirit. So some self-care is there with the High Priestess. That makes a lot of sense. You guys are given different options here. You do have the possibility, for those of you who are single, what I'm thinking is that what is happening right now is you're being set up to be given multiple options, and Spirit wants you to trust in your own intuition when deciding. Okay, they are saying that maybe perhaps in the past you didn't rely on your intuition. Maybe you relied on your logic, Virgo, and you maybe went for someone who was good on paper. There's a possibility that you have someone coming in who is maybe an entrepreneur or has her own business. Well, that's an entrepreneur, but has things together. I keep hearing like a boss, you know, and I really don't like that because it always reminds me of like the boss girl and stuff like that. So it's like that's not what that's not what I'm thinking. It's definitely like somebody who maybe they always get the promotion or something to that effect. They have very high leadership qualities. And Spirit will say you know them when you see them. To me, I keep seeing a partnership here. I'm actually seeing, let me take these down. I'm actually seeing the High Priestess energy and the King energy as being unlikely counterparts, but counterparts. So even though the King might be hyper masculine and definitely needs to tap in, this person needs to tap into their feminine side, and the feminine needs to tap into the masculine side. So this like unlikely counterpart is actually a perfect pair, because if they work well together, if they acknowledge each other's strengths, they can actually do anything. But if they repel each other because they're like, no, you know, we're actually a terrible match, and I can't learn a thing from you, you know, it's not going to work, obviously. But I think that these two are actually, you know, the strength and opposition is very high, and it challenges both of these two people. So be on the lookout for someone like that, you guys. Nobody that's super challenging, not toxic. I don't get toxicity from either of these. But you might be offered something that seems a little bit easier and more well-matched to you. But I think that you are looking for someone who is on a spiritual journey that's similar to your own, and that is the person for you. Can I get another card here, please, Spirit? Which deck? Okay, we're going to use the Enchanted Map Oracle that is also by Colette Baron Reed. So, I think some of you guys might have some pretty heavy water energy as well. If you are not, say you might be a Virgo sun with like a Cancer moon or a Pisces moon or something like that. Because I get kind of this idealistic energy, which is not typical of my Virgos. Can we get one more card, please, to clarify, Spirit? Okay. Ghostlands over the King. I'm just trying to see the symbols here. Okay. Yeah, I just said Cancer, and I do see that some of you might have Gemini, Cancer. Yeah. Prominently in your chart, and the bottom of the deck is Balancing Act, which gives me even more adjacent possibilities. I do think that you guys are going to be given a pretty big test here. You might not be able to see this, so let me get it as close as possible. So walking into the spirit realm, you are given two options. There are two doors here, okay? And Spirit is asking you to, in order to connect to your highest self, and choose the correct path. I know this is terrifying. It's very, very Halloween Spirit, but Spirit does want you to rely on your intuition when it comes to these choices. Okay, so 100% you have the ability to make a very sound choice, and it seems risky to you. And the one that seems risky feels like the correct one. Okay. Now, of course, this is going to be different energy for pretty much everyone, but I really feel like the person or the people that resonate with this the most, the ones that are like, oh my God, this is me, this is you. You guys need to make the choice that I just heard lights your fire. So it might be someone who doesn't seem like your usual type, but it is someone who actually does the best at balancing you out with that balancing act. Okay. It is 100% like I just saw, you know, not, I don't want to use a Song of Ice and Fire because that ends up being a terrible love story, but it's very much like two energies that are equally met and matched. Okay, and then with that, I am going to pull a Lover's Oracle. I have been doing this for everyone, but this is like the first reading that actually makes sense for me to do it. So, Virgo, 7 days. What's going on here? And again, because you guys have so many major arcana cards here, I do want to point out that when I have a lot of them, I consider divine timing to be at play. So 7 days in our world is not the same as 7 days in the spirit world, okay? And I know that that sucks, but hey, that's the answer. Playfulness. Oh God, you guys. All right. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together. And remember, love is the greatest healer. This is going to be someone who does not meet your normal, like, what you think Virgo is supposed to have. It's like he's outside of she or he, because I do think for some of you, I have some masculines here that are, you know, looking for their counterpart, and gender does not apply here. So bottom of the deck is romance. Cupid's arrow strikes. Look for someone who does not meet your normal status quo. This is someone who lights a fire, who, you know, brings that side of you out. Normally the high priestess is quite serious, you know, so they might have like a, you know, a sense of humor that actually complements your own as well, is what I just heard. So, anything else, Spirit? Should I pull any other cards for my wonderful Virgos? All right, well, nope, Spirit said that's it. So, Virgo, I hope this helps. I hope that you resonated with this. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe, of course. Hit the notification bell. And comment down below if you like the shorter format, or if you miss or want the longer formats. If you are new to the channel, you can always check out the Virgo playlist to see if anything else resonates. Especially if this did not resonate. I promise you that there is a message somewhere on my channel that will resonate. I have so many. And so check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus to make sure that you get all of your messages. And check out those pick a cards because they have quite a bit to say. Especially I have one for singles and one for relationships that you guys might be interested in. So thank you guys so very much. I will see you in another video. Bye.